Hello, everybody, and welcome to a very, very special edition of the Stacey West podcast. I'm Ben, and today Lincoln City are travelling down to Chesham United for the first round of the FA Cup. So it meant that we had to get a guest on to speak on Chesham United's behalf. And of course, there was only one man that really we could go for. So I'm joined by comedian, musician, and director of Chesham United, and a presenter of probably one of the best shows on TV. It's Little Alex Horne. How are we doing, Alex?
I'm very good, thank you, Ben. Those very generous words, but also I'm a person on a train.
You are indeed.
Good luck to the viewers. Good luck to the listeners. Let's hope we get through this. But thanks for having me, Ben.
Thank you for coming on. It's a genuine pleasure. So yeah, just to outline the circumstances at the moment, Alex. Unfortunately, I believe you're missing the game tonight because you're on tour. Is that right?
Yes, I'm on my way to Edinburgh with the band, who are sort of all around me.
Excellent. Hello.
Yeah, they all say hello. They're all massive Lincoln fans, weirdly.
Excellent. Well, I don't blame them.
Yeah, so we're on tour in Edinburgh, so I can't watch the game, but I will. We kick off at 7:45, and the game kicks off at 7:15. So I'll watch the first half an hour, and then my mood will be very dependent on how well Lincoln or Chesham are doing.
So you're not kind of making sure that the Wi-Fi is going to be good enough, and you'll have a tablet on the side of the stage and everything like that?
It's tempting. We heard that Elton John did that when Watford were in the FA Cup final. He had a gig in Copenhagen, and he had an iPad on his piano. So it's an option. if Elton can do it, why not?
Absolutely. So I imagine the past few weeks have been quite busy for yourself, and of course, obviously, everybody associated with Chesham. Just what's the past few weeks been like for you from that perspective?
Yeah, it's funny. We've done more media than we've ever done before. So ITV have come down already, and we've recorded an introduction to the club, and the FA do a little introduction thing. So we have to do some tasks with the players, and none of the players are media trained. I suppose that's fair enough. Yes, so the players have had to face the cameras for the first time already. The ground itself has been transformed. We've got gantries everywhere, lots of scaffolding, extra toilets put in. And then mainly it's just been making sure everyone in the town can get a ticket, because I think we're full. I think we're up to 3,800, which is officially capacity. So it's just making sure we've got all the mascots. We've got 30 mascots, I think.
Wow.
Yes, lots of prep. I found out today you're allowed to have 9 subs on the bench for the FA Cup. You're allowed to pick 5 of your 9. We only have 6 substitutes. So there's an opportunity for 3 people to quickly sign up for Chesham.
Fantastic stuff. So just obviously your position as a director at Chesham, what does that entail for you as a director of a National League South club?
It's a good question. I signed up without realising what it entailed at all. What it means is that I have to go to board meetings once a month. I probably make about 1 in every 3. I have to find out about the finances and sign things off without understanding it at all. But mainly my job is just to get people through the door. So I go on every podcast I can or every radio show and bang on about non-league football. That's the main purpose, because I really believe it's such a brilliant thing for the community and for families and everyone. So that's my main job.
Okay. So I've seen that you've said that some of the players are referring to this as the biggest game of their lives tonight. What was the reaction like when the draw was made, and has the prep for tonight been any different to any of the other games that you've had this season?
So the draw, it was so exciting. So we were in the draw last year as well, and we got Maidstone, who are 1 league up, which felt big-ish, but that was before Maidstone's big run. Whereas this, because it's League One, and at the time you were 4th in the league, so there was only 3 on paper, 3 bigger teams, or 3 teams higher up than us. So it was about as big as we could have got it, and we really wanted a home tie, because that's what get the town going. You want Chesham United to be full of people. So it was all the WhatsApp groups were buzzing, and everyone was, players, the board, the fans were all excited, and And I can't quite remember the second half of your question, Ben. The preparation.
Preparation, yeah.
Yeah, in terms of prep, I don't think it's been any different. Our manager last week, we've got two managers, because why not? And one of them was spent last week at Euro Disney because it was half term. And I don't think he necessarily thought we were going to still be in the FA Cup. So it's been normal prep. You know, we're a semi-professional team. The players have got jobs. We've got electricians, teachers, personal trainers. So they have other things to be getting on with. So I think it's not a bad idea to prepare as if it was a normal league match and not get too distracted.
So currently sitting 10th in National League South. What would you say that Chesham's aims were at the start of the season, and will they have changed with hopefully some benefit from a higher profile match?
If I'm honest, I think we would have taken 10th at the start of the season because we got promoted last year. This is the highest we've been for some time, so we just wanted to be well clear of the relegation area. There's 24 clubs in our league, and 4 go down. So there's, you want to be well clear of that. We've slightly got our sights now, slightly tempted by those playoff spots because the top 7 can be involved. So we're not far off that. And I think, if I'm honest, this FA Cup run, if it ends tonight, I mean, I'm not going to say it's no bad thing because we would love to go further, but this is definitely just a bit of fun compared to the league. This is useful for finances and it's really good for momentum, but we've just got to concentrate on not slipping down the league and if anything, crawling up a little bit further.
Excellent stuff. So it is almost 2 years to the day since Lincoln lost to a National League South team in the form of Chippenham Town. We will obviously be hoping to avoid the same fate tonight. So what can we expect from Chesham? It looks like you've got a couple of strikers that are on form. How do the guys usually set up, and what can we expect to see from you?
So I watch Chesham. I don't watch an awful lot of League One football, so I know where we are. I know our level. I watch a lot of Premier League football. I know that level, and I'm hoping Lincoln are closer to us than they are to Liverpool. But I don't know. I feel like the difference might be fitness. I'm sure, skill level, I think we're pretty good. When I watch them, and I've played with some of them weirdly at a charity game, and I think they're great footballers. But yeah, the fitness might be where it tells. However, we've been winning a lot of matches in the last few minutes. We've had, I think, 14 goals after 80 minutes. So I'm hoping if we can stay close to Lincoln till the end, then we won't leave anything out there. I think they'll compete to the end. Minas is our striker. We lost our main striker last year to Hemel, so we're worried about that. But we've been scoring goals. We've got a lot of experience as well, so I think we'll hopefully have quite calm heads, and we might learn from going out in the first round last year. We lost by 2 goals to Maidstone, and I think a few regrets there that we could have done better. So yeah, who knows? But I think it'll be a scrap. Unfortunately for us, the weather looks quite good and the pitch looks great, so that's a slight shame. We were hoping to have the weather on our side as well, but no, it'll be a good game.
Excellent. So one of the obvious things that usually comes up when Lincoln are talked about in the FA Cup is that we're aware of what a good cup run can do for the finances of a non-league side. I've read that you're already putting some of the money in from this game into ground improvements. How much of a boost is tonight's game for the club? And is there any, were there any plans for what's already been achieved and, the money that's been put into the coffers? How is that going to benefit Chesham United?
Well, it is sort of small gains really, but I think this match could just put us into a financially solvent place. Literally, it's that we're right on the edge every week of not making a loss. So this just means we can finally, hopefully, get some new toilets, for example, and fix a toilet door, sort out the electricity in one of the bars. So it is those small things rather than buying a new striker from Juventus. So yeah, it will keep the club afloat and in a happier place, at least till Christmas, I think.
Excellent stuff. Well, yeah, I mean, like I said, it's always the dream, isn't it, to get as far as you possibly can. I mean, obviously our cup run in 2016-17 was made national news, and it kind of helped fund our training ground that we now have. And it's that, I suppose it's really that level of achievement that you'd hope to get, well, from anything really, from for Chesham.
Yeah.
So it's good to see
I think
that's
one more.
Go on.
Sorry. Oh, if we got through one more round, and this is, I don't want to appeal directly to the Lincoln players, but one more round for Chesham would make a real difference. I think that's where, like you say about a training ground, that's where we could actually make real difference to the team going forward. I mean, Maidstone last year got to round 5, and their facilities are remarkable. However, we are above them in the league, so it doesn't necessarily equate with success on the pitch. But yeah, it would be nice to have a few more facilities.
So for those Imps that are travelling down to Chesham United tonight, the big question for us is kind of, is there anything that...
We're in and out a bit.
Okay.
There we go.
Right.
We're back, I think. Well, I think I can hear you.
Okay, great. So for those Imps that are travelling down tonight to Chesham United, we just wanted to ask, is there anything that they can get involved with to maybe help support or get involved with some things from Chesham United just to help out as much as they can?
That's a good question. I think we're not used to having 600 away fans coming in. I think that might be what you guys are bringing.
Mm-hmm.
So we sort of pride ourselves on being a family club, and there's very rarely any trouble of any sort. We want, a decent atmosphere, but I think if you guys can teach our guys how to sing, that would help. We're very bad at singing. There's going to be a situation at the end of the first half where the opposing fans behind the goal swap ends, because we always like to be behind the goal that we're shooting towards. So if you can file past in single file, that would help. On the far end, you can only get through one side of the ground. So no, I think it's just sort of having a laugh really, and it's all. There will be tons and tons of kids there, very young kids. So we want it to be an atmosphere where we want families to come back. So yeah, be as warm and friendly as possible. We don't mind a mixed crowd as well quite often. So the last round we were against Yeovil, and there wasn't a Yeovil end and a Chesham end necessarily. So yeah, it's just being ready for some light-hearted banter, please.
Excellent. Well, I'm sure there'll be plenty of that tonight. One more thing I just wanted to mention was, obviously, you guys put on a charity match every year, and it's always just a bit of fun. How do you go about that? How does that work from a logistical point of view, and also some of the more unusual aspects, shall we say, of the game as it takes place?
Yeah, well, it's a bit of a nightmare, if I'm completely honest, for me, because I organise most of it myself. So I have to send a lot of WhatsApp messages to comedians, emails, begging letters. But what I would say is they almost all say yes straight away, because it's for charity, first of all, but also playing in front of 3,000 people is really fun. So the comedians sign up, the Chesham United players sign up, and then the rules, that's the bit we have to get across to the fans. Could we change the rules every year for it? So we have 2 balls on the pitch every 10 minutes. We have things like washing up gloves instead of a yellow card. So if you get a yellow card, you have to wear a yellow glove. But we've just got a good announcer called Nish Kumar to get the rules across. So it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of admin, but it does always seem to be worth it. So we're definitely doing it. May the 11th this year, if you want.
Excellent.
Come down. You can get tickets on the day, but probably best to get them before.
Super stuff. Well, look, as myself and Chris on the podcast, at least half the Stacey West podcast are huge fans of Taskmaster. It would be remiss to ask, or it would be remiss to not ask, I should say, if you could pick up one dream contestant from the world of football to sit in for a series, who would you have?
Well, you know what sort of thing would be.
Well, I'd have Klopp, because Klopp's free. I think Jurgen Klopp would be actually one of the few people who could take over Greg's job. I think if Greg fell ill, having Jurgen in the hot seat. In terms of I can tell you there is a footballer in our New Year's special coming up. I can't tell you who, but we've got our first footballer coming on the show on New Year's Day, and he's great. Other than that, I mean, I've worked with Peter Crouch before, and I think he would be a natural. I think you wouldn't be able to tell the difference between him and some of the comics. So I'll go with Crouch, Klopp, and our mystery guest.
Wow. Okay. Well, there we go. There's a Stacey West exclusive for Taskmaster fans there, which I didn't think we'd potentially be talking about today. So
yeah, I don't think
well,
I've told anyone else that, Ben. So that is an exclusive. So well done.
Excellent. Right. Well, I managed to get that out of you. That's fantastic. So look, at the end of every preview, we normally do a prediction, and then we have some plugs, and then we say thank you and goodbye. So let's have your prediction for tonight from a Chesham United point of view.
Okay. Well, I don't want this, but I think it's going to go to penalties, and then it's the toss of a coin. But let's go with Chesham on penalties. I mean, I would want that. I want that as an overall result, but I think getting a win in normal time is going to be really tough. But you never know. We could play dirty and get a draw.
Well, of course, one of the biggest things now is there's no replays, which I think is massively detrimental to smaller teams. I mean, I'm sure there would have been a huge amount of not impetus to maybe play for a draw, but if you could have gotten a draw and taken us back to Sincil Bank, I think that could have been a bit of a money spinner, which is unfortunate. But
and also extra time is not kind to non-league teams. I mean, we saw over the weekend, I don't think any non-league teams came through extra time with a win. I think the only wins were in normal time.
I think the only one would have, potentially Gainsborough was the only one, but that was an all non-league tie.
Yeah, it's definitely, that's where the fitness might come to play. So we'll see. What's your prediction, Ben?
I don't know whether to do my polite prediction or my my kind of Lincoln City fan prediction. So I'm going to say 2-1 to the Imps.
Okay, that feels like a kind prediction.
Well, I mean, we have come off the back of a couple of wins in the league, and it's the FA Cup. Anything can happen. We're fully aware of that as Lincoln City fans. So, look, I just want to say thank you so much for joining us. It's been a massive pleasure. I know your schedule's been hectic, and I know that we've had to do this on a train with limited Wi-Fi, which we've seen. But we always do a quick section to allow our guests to get a little plug in. So I'm sure people will know, but where can we find you, Alex?
Well, to be honest, you can find me at Chesham. That's probably where I think we need to get more people down there. But I think we're coming with the band. Are we going anywhere near Lincoln on the tour? No, apparently not. Nottingham. Oh, we're going to Nottingham next year. Is that anywhere near?
Yeah, it's not too far. About an hour away.
Yeah. Northampton. That's a corporate gig. Cambridge. Anyway, there's thehornsection.com has got all the dates on.
Excellent. So, well, look, thank you so much for joining us. It's a massive pleasure. So, all that leaves me to say is good luck for the rest of the season, barring tonight, obviously. And we'll see you soon. And up the Imps.
Lincoln City are the team, the race is their name. Sincil Bank is their home ground and football is their game. So come and cheer them on, you lads, support them all the way. Oh, 'tis our delight for the red and white, the Imps are here to stay. Oh.